안녕하세요. 저는 조수입니다. 감사합니다. Dreamcatcher 듣고 있어요. I had to check out some more Dreamcatcher. Dreamcatcher is such an awesome group. Like, they're in on my playlist, you know. There's just a big chunk of like Dreamcatcher songs that are kind of in the middle, and they're it's so good. Like the music, like it's such a great contrast overall to the rest of, you know, what you might consider K-pop, because of the types of instrument sounds and styles that they incorporate into their songs, you know. And it's always really good, man. It's always just, you know, with something I really enjoy listening to. So I have been looking forward to adding more Dreamcatcher to the playlist. And this is one that I said, you know, we have to do this a while ago, but this is Maison. I guess it's Maison, right? I don't know if it's Maison or Maison. Let's see what they got here in this song. But of course, I already know it's gonna be good, man.
사람들은 다 하고 싶은 대로 해 진심 비운 껍데기뿐인 거 왜 눈질 끈 감어 기다리다가 딱 봐도 보이지 않는 미래 후회할 때는 이미 늦었단 걸 알아 너 변하기만 하면 다쳐 이상하게 닿지 희성의 법칙 마치 말라가는 네 양심과 똑같이 오늘 더는 속여 달고 있어 먹구름 만든 그를 따라가 all day all night 깊숙이 자리 잡은 그대 break your habit now send my home in the jungle send my home in the polar 지켜내 나의 매ison please someone fight for us send my home in the ocean send my home in the desert 지켜내 나의 매ison please someone fight for us 거친 바람을 타고 다 물들여 모든 계절이 선명한 그 순간 내게로 돌려 흘러내린 내 눈물 이 빗물을 찾는 넌 Send my home in the jungle Send my home in the polar 지켜내 나의 매ison Please someone fight for us Send my home in the ocean Send my home in the desert 지켜내 나의 매ison Please someone fight for us 지나쳐버린 순간 사라지는 매ison 매ison 모른 척하는 너도 다 사라지는 매ison 매ison Send my home in the jungle Send my home in the polar 매ison 매ison Send my home in the ocean Send my home in the desert Please someone fight for us
Oh, this one's, man, they went hard on this one, man. This is I mean, there's a little bit of a break, like when the bridge section comes around, it's a little bit of a break. you get some guitar, some piano phrases that come in there, and but that percussion stays, man. It's very, very tight compression, punchy drums, like straight up, rock metal drum sound, and it doesn't let up even during the bridge part. Really, really awesome riffs. They have such great riffs, man. This is so we're it's metal, a metal guitar sound. So we're definitely hearing 16th note subdivisions. 1 again, a 2 again, a dun 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 dun. Oh, so let me see. There's a main riff in there that's da 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 da, and they once it gets to, I think it's the chorus section, you can have like 1 and 2 and da 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 1 2. What is it? No. 2 3 4. Yeah. It's something like that, man. And it's just it's a killer tempo, man. They're totally, man. This is it's like faster. I think this is probably the fastest tempo song that I've heard from Dreamcatcher. And it doesn't let up. Even the visuals in this video are like, they don't really let up at all. It's pretty intense. Dami, her set, Dami is one of my favorite rappers, as far as like most of the groups, that I've heard. She's definitely up there. She's probably like top 3, or you know what I mean? Like she's really, really good. Her parts are really good, man. Like they're really good. And she no, this song is just another example of it. In other words, she didn't disappoint or anything at all. It's just, but man, they this song is it's just they're moving, dude. Like this is a up tempo fast song, and it doesn't let up at all, man. They kind of push a little bit more in sections towards the end, the mix just, it feels like it gets a little bit fuller after the somewhat lighter bridge section, but the percussion that stays throughout, that sustains it, like this is it's very fun. It's a kind of a beast of a song, and a little bit less contrast, right? Compared to some other songs, this feels like it has it's a little bit more streamlined, but it also, let's see, it's coming barely over 3 minutes, so it feels faster than that. This tempo, this type of playing and everything, it feels like it felt quicker than 3 minutes. But that's just because of how it's moving. It's moving so much. Oh, it's great. It's great, dude. These riffs are awesome, dude. That's such a great sound too. This guitar sound, this distortion that's on here. It's it has that like maybe like that 90s type of feel to it, you know what I mean? Not quite Linkin Park, but a little bit like maybe before that sound kind of came about, right? It feels like a 90s take on like maybe an 80s distortion or even a 70s distortion, but it's very, very cool, man. It's a great guitar sound. Oh, nice slides in there, dude. Oh man. This is awesome. This is it's got some of the best guitar work that I've heard, It's fun. It's fun. Power chords, man. Power chords. We got straight up power chords now. Dun 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 dun. What is it? Yeah, it's kind of going back up to whatever that one is. It's great. It's like this is a yeah, it's a very rock chord progression. Straight up power chords going on, and then it brings that riff, that guitar riff back in, which is a hook. That guitar riff is an absolute hook. Oh yeah, see, so like, okay, you get that guitar riff in the beginning, right, in the intro part. And then we start to get these power chords, right? And this sort of eighth notes, dun, dun, dun. So it's like eighth note triplet groups, dun, dun, dun. And then that guitar riff gets tagged onto it, dun, 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 dun. And then here, we got this chord progression that now we have like 16th notes straight through on that on those power chords. So it's oh man, it's great, dude. This is the thing about like Dreamcatcher's sound, that they totally stand apart in their own world, and you can hear it like when I'm listening to my overall playlist of all these different groups and all these different songs. When Dreamcatcher comes up, it's like, like you're in a whole nother place altogether, and it's an awesome place, right? It doesn't feel like it doesn't belong or something like that. It's just its own little pocket universe, right? It's its own little thing against all the other sounds that are there, but they just own it, like they completely just dominate it. And it's because of the styles that they incorporate, man. Nobody else does this. No one else does this. Like they just, you'll hear guitar, you'll hear distortion, you'll hear that's, but this is just like they have these awesome instrumental parts in their mixes that, I'm like, if you got a version of this minus the vocals, right? Like it would still be so awesome. Like you'd be jamming out, dude. Is it like because it's so complete. Like the mix and the composition and everything is just so rich. It's rich with this metal sound, even in its percussion too. And they're super fun. They own this style and this take on things, and no one else like even comes near it. They Dreamcatcher like owns this sound, and it's really awesome. Got straight up metal drums. Oh, did you hear boom, 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 double stops, man. Which, like, so her phrases there at the beginning, da 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 da. It's almost like she's mimicking the riff, the guitar riff. Like it isn't note for note. It's not exactly the same rhythm, right? It's a little bit more syncopated. It's a little bit more concise. But when you hear that dun 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 da 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 da, and then you hear her part, but da 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 da, like it's like an echo or a parallel of what's going on with that riff in there. Man, she's so good, dude. She's one of my favorite rappers in this.
사람들은 다 하고 싶은 대로 해 진심 비운 껍데기뿐인 거왜 눈질 끈 감어 기다리다가 딱 봐도 보이지 않는 미래 후회할 때는 이미 늦었단 걸 알아 너 변하기만 하면 다쳐 이상하게 덥지 희성의 법칙 마치 말라가는 네 양심과 똑같이 오늘 더는 못 속여 달고 있어 먹구름 만든 그를 따라가 all day all night 깊숙이 자리 잡은 그대 break your habit now send my home in the jungle send my home in the polar 지켜내 나의 maison please someone fight for us send my home in the ocean send my home in the desert 지켜내 나의 maison please someone
No, dude, like, and so in this part right here, I guess we call it post-chorus, maybe. You can really hear it in the percussion, you know, when it gets around to this part right here, this phrase, you know, there's these double stops where you can hear the kick, and you know, all the everything's all together, boom, 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 right? Like it. Oh man, it's so good. It's so good. They have excellent fills. It's just it's like. It's so cool, man. It's so cool what Dreamcatcher does. They just nobody else does this.
fight for us 거친 바람을 타고 다 물들여 모든 계절이 선명한 그 순간
Oh, see what I mean? Those drum fills, ba-doom, doom, ta-da, da-boom, da-boom, da-boom. And then at the same time, you have, okay, her vocal line is going on, and there are all these other vocals carrying these little melodic phrases that are basically filling in rhythm parts right now. I can hear them very much panned to the right. That drum fill was panned to the left. And then these crazy piano chords that are coming in, they sound very chromatic, you know what I mean? Like they're it's almost like a progressive jazz type of a sound, you know. It feels like, yeah, very broken up and just almost swirling, kind of like it's a little bit crazy. It's a little bit dissonant. It's a little bit, you know, detached from that groove, that heavy, you know, the like that was very cadenced out, like you knew when that sound was coming back around. And this is just so spread out and almost ambient in a way, you know. It's very, very it's actually a very sharp contrast. So overall the track does feel a little bit more streamlined. It's like all the contrast you're getting in this bridge part right here.
눈으로 돌려 흘러내린 내 눈물 입에 물을 찾는 Send my home in the jungle Send my home in the polar 지켜내 나의 maison Please someone fight for us Send my home in the ocean
Oh, listen to the drums, dude. Boom, boom. I mean, like they're wailing on those drums, dude. And it's all, you know, we don't get the eighth notes. You don't get that boom, tat, boom, boom, cat. Now this is all to get boom, boom, boom. Like, oh man, they're just. This is what they started ramping up right after that bridge section. Everything just got real intense, right? The way these percussive rhythms and everything are now written out in this section here. It's just everything's like full power at this point.
Send my home in the desert 지켜내 나의 maison Please someone
Oh
fight
man.
for us 지나쳐버린 순간에 사라지는
Now we get back into that groove again.
모른 척하는 너도 다 사라지는 Send my home in the jungle Send my home in the polar Send my home in the ocean Send my home in the desert Please someone fight for us
Dude, that la mason, la mason, that the choral arrangement on that part is massive, especially that last one. There were like some some other like a Skyrim vocals that came in there almost sounded like that, you know, that I mean, like it's just it was like a, you have this massive group of people doing the that little sort of chorusy part there. But man, this was super fun. Dreamcatcher, like I said, they just have this. They have their own universe, man. It just there's nobody else sounds like them. Nobody else does what they do. And this was no exception. This is, you know, it's got the awesome riff work that's going on. Totally metal, totally metal sounds, man. It's so crazy. Excellent though, excellent riff work, excellent percussion, drum fills, the build up, the like, you know, that the bridge part is insane. The things that are going on in the bridge part, man, it like you just, yeah, it's this weird space that gets created in the middle of this song. This still sounds like really awesome. It has like epic drums that are going on there. Those slightly dissonant piano chords that come in, and then these very sweet vocal harmonies that are going on underneath the main vocal part. The bridge section is wild in this song. Like it's completely nuts. But it's fun, dude. And Dami's part, she's so good, man. Like she's so cool. She's just like, again, hands down, she's one of my favorite rappers in any of the, and I mean all, like not just girl groups, but I mean all, like in all of the groups, all the K-pop music that I've listened to. She just is one of the best. She's one of the best, man. And you know, and so yeah, this is another example. But this song is completely just blasting, dude. It's just it's weird, but those those characters at the beginning, with like the Tom and Jerry mouse heads or whatever, that oddly catches like the feel of this song, you know what I mean, like pretty well. These cartoon mouse heads on these like just blasting away with these guys. It's like that. It's something crazy like that, man. But yeah, so obviously just musically, audibly, in terms of its composition, in terms of its mix, and you know, another awesome fun track, you know, just they're just not this sort of relentless, you know what I mean. But still just super smart, very, very good songwriting, very good rhythms throughout, especially the melody lines, the rap parts is really, really awesome, man. Super hooky for the style, you know what I mean? Like Dreamcatcher doesn't, like, they're just as hooky as you think of any other group, right? But I really love what they do with their sound, because like I said, man, nobody else does this. No one no one even comes close. It's not I'm not saying, because I still love everything else, you know, that everybody, what every group does, they do very well. It's just that Dreamcatchers managed to take this sound, to take this style, and really just own it and just claim it as their own. And it's one of the coolest things, you know what I mean? Like this is a, like, I feel like maybe through my own experience of really getting into K-pop music, there are some people where I could be like, hey man, you know, you want to check out some of this K-pop, and they'd be like, I don't know, it's not really my thing, you know. And be like, well, listen to this, right? Like this is a group called Dreamcatcher. Just just listen to this, man. Just I'm gonna spin this. Just try to take it in. All right, like there's a lot of people who's the taste that I know they have. I could introduce them to this, and they'd be like, okay, man, okay, I dig that. Like I see what's going on here. That's pretty cool. And so and I just it's just because of what Dreamcatcher does with their sound and what they managed to create, and this whole like universe that they just own, man. They just rule over it, and it's very, very cool stuff, man. It's very cool. Dreamcatcher Maison. Oh man, this group is they're just awesome, like this is their absolute sort of like gem that you come across, and you're like, man, where wow, I can't believe I didn't know this or whatever. But it was another great, awesome track from Dreamcatcher. They're an awesome group, man. I can't. If it's like if you know. It's just if you know, then yeah. Then there's no need to really explain it. You understand because you've heard it, you've seen it, and you know it. And so Dreamcatcher is they're an awesome group. Dreamcatcher Maison. It's a very, very fun, very cool track, man.